GM everyone. Oh. GM everyone. It is 11:30 or 10:30 Mountain Time, so we'll start the weekly up sprint. First up, we got Donna in support. GM Donna, how are you?
Hello, everyone. GM. I'm good. Thank you. To start, for support stats, we had a slight uptick in tickets last week. We had 79 new tickets, which is a 38% increase from the previous week's report. Full resolution median time is up at 20 hours. First reply median time is a little over an hour. 65% of the tickets were resolved in one touch. Total solved tickets is at 80, which is a 42% increase from the previous week's report. And then we also want to send feedback on the few inquiries from users over the last week regarding the backup email campaign that were sent out. We had a few confused users who asked which wallet they needed to back up, specifically KeepKey users. We've clarified to these users that this only affects ShapeShift wallets, and then one of these users also clarified if the email was legit and that he wasn't being scammed. And then moving on, we had 1,800 help desk views last week, which is a slight uptick in the previous week's views. We also have 2 new articles for app.shapeshift.com, the asset support article and how to view transaction history article, links available on the spreadsheet. And then lastly, we've also removed from public view articles related to beta-shapeshift.com so that we can focus support on app.shapeshift.com. That's it for me. Thanks for your time, everyone. Have a good morning.
Thanks, Donna, for those updates. GM. Next up, we have HPain Marketing. GM HPain.
GM Ron, good to hear your voice on this wonderful Tuesday. Last week for marketing, we had email warming, which was going smashingly well. We'll now be sending an email at least once a week to 500,000 plus people who have opted in or sort of opened our emails so far to keep our email status or IP warmed to the awesome level it's at today. We will also be sending this week a merch store email with the revamped merch store that we worked on last week. So stay tuned and check that out if you get a moment. Some really awesome images there showing off all of our Fox swag. In addition, on Monday, we launched Mount Pelerin. Super dope, no KYC, under $100,000 a year. So if you want an option to on-ramp some money, do it through ShapeShift using our Mount Pelerin integration if you're not a US citizen. Additionally, we're starting to design our mobile app store display page, as well as sort of some of that copy in sort of prep for post-parity launch. Very exciting stuff. As well as finalizing our DAppBack on-chain user journey task and flow. So that's to incentivize all of our Fox users, for doing just basic tasks on the app. And those are all going to be conducted on-chain and rewarded. It's sort of like the rainfall rewards that were back at centralized, except they'll work and they'll be awesome. So in addition, keep your eyes peeled for a new video from T Wells that should be coming down the pipeline this week, next week, regarding some of our on-off ramp or wallet connection things. This week, coming up, we have Rune basic support, pending engineering go. We're ready to go there from the marketing side, as well as the idle finance potentially, also pending engineering. Our user migration content is finalized this week, and we should be ready to roll that out as soon as that's sort of rolling along. So really, it's sort of a light week going back and going forward, but we're hanging in there, Ron. That's all I got.
Awesome, thank you. I hope you have a great GM, HPain. Next up, we got the Smith and globalization. GM the Smith.
GM, Ron, GM, everybody. Here's quick updates for globalization. We've been digging into the Google Analytics data, and we had that Rio's agenda and have been comparing the Brazil's last 7 days trafficking.com, and we got some results, but clearly we need to analyze this and cross some data. But it is interesting to see that regarding numbers, we have a movement here. So yes, let's trust in what we have in hands, right? Second one, Vlad managed a sunset party in Blockchain Rio. We also sponsored that party, and we got a nice brand exposure there, and we are even generating some spontaneous media on Twitter this week. So those medias are in the Brazilian Twitter profile, so go there and check it. Starting the weekly translation sync in web repository for all the languages covered by global. So we are keeping this repository at least 97% translated. Also planning Cosmoverse, the Chain party, and merchandising. This week, the Spanish team will welcome the Coinex team, our Telegram, for their second EMA, and this time they will drop the Coinex tokens for the FOTS community and the participants. Also setting up the HTML newsletter on translation flow this week. And lastly, the Mirror newsletter in Portuguese was a good experience. We had some subscribers there, so we will keep pushing information in that channel. And that's all for globalization. Thank you, Ron, and everybody.
Thanks, Smith. Have a great day. Next up, we got Jenkin, maybe. He did DM me that he might be busy. I'll give him a second pop up if he's able, and if not, I'll just start to read it off. Doesn't look like he's hopping up, so I will read for the mod squad. We're at 9,728 users, almost at that 10K mark. 7-day was 6, and 14 was 2, and 30 was 61. We had one raid this week, a lot of human scam posters, a lot during off hours. Please be safe and take mod squad. Stats are being updated by bot controller. Numbers might be wonky this week. Harder to find what I was reporting before. So thanks for those updates, GK. Next up, we got Diggy and Product. GM Diggy.
GM, happy Monday. On the product side, we are continuing the spec and the UI for improving our earn section inside the DeFi section. And then the Thorchain LP spec is underway. Zendesk, I synced up with Mogi last week. We went over a bunch of stuff. We have a sync up again today. We're trying to get everything buttoned up for migration and make sure there's no old lingering things inside of Zendesk, so that we could get the widget support up on app.shapeshift.com with content that would be relevant to the users when they do their searches. And then there's a new data and analytics section we're working on inside Notion, so that everything will be tracked in one place, in one section. OnRamper and Wallet Connect 2.0 bounties are currently still underway. OnRamper looks like it's getting close. And then just a reminder, we have office hours this Thursday. Beard is out this week, and on Friday we launched a new user testing and design channel. We posted a poll there. The new channel is mostly going to be used for polling our users around features and ideas that we have on the product side, sharing mockups to get feedback. We'll also be requesting users when we have usability tests ready, and we want to hear your ideas. There's a link there. If you want to share ideas with us, there's a form that we have ready to go that you can access anytime. And we just want to remind everybody, the new channel is not for reporting bugs or problems that need support help. It's for user testing and design related conversations. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Diggy. Looking forward to those polls. Next up, we got DeFi Cafe and Engineering. GM DeFi.
GM wasn't prepared this time. All right, really quick one for engineering. A lot of the same stuff applies from the product side of things. The on-ramp bounty guy is really good, and Wallet Connect and Southwest been reaching out for a bounty hunt on that one. The migration effort remains our top priority. We're making progress there. Same with seeing new fiat ramps are largely done. Thorchain basic support likely this week about trading. The main thing is this multi-account work that we're working on across the board, and the Super V2 stuff. Anything that's really not migration related this week is just not going to get a lot of love at all, but that's pretty much our main focus, getting to that milestone.
Awesome. Awesome. I believe your proposal passed over the weekend. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, it
Congratulations.
did. It did. We thanks, sir. Engineering gets paid for another couple of months. Thanks to everyone that voted.
Yeah,
And
awesome.
we'll keep building.
Looking forward to that. Next up,
Cool.
we have operations. We got a new marketing release thread. It's in Operations Public if you want to go check that out. Proposal updates. Tyler's proposal passed last week, and the ETH Denver sponsoring a booth is in ideation. So please go vote on that. It'll be in voting until Thursday morning around 7:30 a.m., at which point I'll move it to Snapshot should it have the support in favor. Trash report, there's 3 reported issues, 1 wallet, 1 trade DeFi, and 1 UI/UX. There's an old school goat no goat after the op sprint today at 11 MST for feature parity. If you're interested in finding out how close we are or not close we are in some cases, I would recommend checking that out. Goat farm, I won't go over that because a lot of it was covered in the engineering product sections. And then there are 65 PRs for the week of 8/29 in 5 repos by 15 different contributors. There was 2 new contributors and 0 bounties created and 0 closed successfully. Kent had messaged me as well. He will be out today for tokenomics, so I will be reading that as well. This week, Kent and other foxes are at MCon, still doing tokenomics at 4 o'clock Mountain Time today. So it is Tuesday, not Monday, even though it feels like a Monday. Continuing to monitor the tribe liquidity as a service situation. Latest proposal has voted in favor of pro rata distribution of Fox. I know that I think it was like 11 million to 9 million in favor of pro rata versus taking the over-the-counter offer from us. The proposal they had written up to buy the Fox from Tribe is being tabled for now unless we see otherwise in their community that we should push it through. The Ethereum merge is still on track for September 14th/15th. Tune tokenomics call on the 13th for a merge presentation. That should be exciting tokenomics call day, especially if it's still on the table to go live. Next up, we got Willie Fox and Ocean for the Fox Foundation. GM
Ron. GM Ocean.
Super quick one from us today. Just following up from last week, the Thorchain issues are resolved now in beta. So that's up and running, and hopefully we tear that all down real soon. Couple different governance proposals that are from Willie and I. One is about the RDP program that has been in ideation, incubation, and probably looking for a couple more pieces of feedback before I move that forward. And then I know Willie's got his proposal up for the Metaphoro stuff, so it looks like that could use a couple votes to get it over the finish line. Willie, you want to add that at all?
Yes, we are now past soft quorum, so thank you everyone who's voted. If you haven't voted yet, please, we could still use some more votes to get past hard quorum. Or, if you don't support the proposal, now's your time to make your voice heard. Only other thing I have is that I will be out of office this Wednesday through Friday for MCon. Hope to see some of you guys there. I'll still be checking my computer every morning and stuff, though, so definitely feel free to ping me if you need anything.
Awesome.
And then,
thank you guys.
Yeah, the last thing just the mobile app stuff, which is moving forward, and I think by next week we should have pretty solid dates on where we're going to land with that.
Nice. That is some exciting news. Hopefully sooner than later. Once we hit that parity level, that should be great. If anyone else has anything, now would be the time to raise your hand or come up on stage. Otherwise, we'll give everyone some time back and see everyone in the Go No Goat in about 15 minutes.
Jim, see you guys there. Loving all the Fox PFPs, by the way. You guys are all looking so cute.
Make it a great GM all.
Jim.